You're going on a date with the girl of your dreams. You want to impress her, make her laugh, and leave a lasting impression. As you get ready for the date, you look at yourself in the mirror and anxiety strikes. You think your clothes and your car are not good enough to impress her. Just then, you remember that your friend has a fancy sports car, a luxurious watch, and a designer suit. You have two options: to borrow them and present a version of yourself that is not entirely true, or to ignore them and show up in your true and diligent form. While the situation may seem like a small dilemma, it is a perfect example of the attitude towards money and how it affects your daily choices. The truth is, your beliefs, values, and behaviors around money are often influenced by your psychological biases. In this video, we'll explore 8 money lessons that we can learn from the psychology of money, and how they can help us make better financial decisions. Dedicate your time to watching this whole video, and you might unlock your mastery of the game of money forever. Consider hitting the subscribe button, and let's get started. Number 1. Satisfaction is the ultimate happiness. The notion of enough extends beyond just your financial life, but permeates through every aspect of your existence. It's the idea that you can live a fulfilling life without constantly seeking more, without feeling the need to compare yourself to others, or without risking what you already have for the chance at something more. When you apply this concept to your finances, you realize that the pursuit of wealth is a never-ending cycle that can cause dissatisfaction, anxiety, and ultimately regret. The truth is that the hardest financial skill is not just about accumulating more wealth, but learning to get the goalpost to stop moving, to be content with what you have, and to recognize that more does not always mean better. It's about recognizing that true wealth is not your material possessions, but rather your relationships, your health, and personal fulfillment. Number 2. Money gives you freedom and access. Imagine waking up every day and knowing that you can do whatever you want, with whoever you want, wherever you want, for as long as you want. That is true success. It's not just about how much money you have in the bank, but about how you use that money to create a life that gives you the freedom and control to pursue your passions. And here's the thing, money is not just a tool for acquiring goods and services, but also a means of buying time and options. When you have financial independence, you can choose how you want to spend your time, whether it's pursuing a hobby, volunteering, or spending time with loved ones. You can also take risks and pursue opportunities that might not have been possible otherwise. Of course, achieving financial independence takes time and effort, and it looks different for everyone. But when you align your financial goals with your deepest desires, you create a path towards a truly fulfilling life. And that's what true wealth is all about, living a life that brings you joy, purpose, and freedom. Number 3. Save money. In a world driven by consumerism, the concept of wealth and independence takes on a unique perspective when viewed through the lens of savings and frugality. Regardless of the level of your income, true independence is not solely determined by how much money you make, but by the percentage of your income that you save. You see, savings and frugality gives you control over your financial future. Unlike external factors that may be beyond your control, such as market fluctuations or changes in income, your savings rate is entirely within your power to adjust and optimize. It represents a consistent and reliable aspect of your financial life that can provide security and peace of mind. In essence, wealth is the accumulation of what remains after you have spent what you earn. And while a high income can provide temporary affluence, it is a high savings rate that paves the way for lasting wealth. So if you choose to cultivate a mindset of living below your means, you create a gap between what you have and what you desire. This gap propels you towards financial freedom. And that's not all. Saving money provides you with options, enabling you to make choices based on your values and passions rather than financial constraints. They grant you the luxury of time to think, reflect, and pursue options that align with your goals. Number 4. True wealth is what you don't see. You see, wealth is often judged by outward appearances, but I'll tell you what, true wealth lies in what you don't see. but it's difficult to contextualize what you can't see. So I like to think of it as the accumulation of resources with silence and discipline, building a solid foundation before indulging in extravagant purchases. It requires delaying gratification
and making thoughtful choices that align with long-term goals.
Here's the deal. Instead of just stacking up money, if you master the art of not spending the money that you have, you'll truly become wealthy. It's not a mere strategy, it's the very essence and definition of wealth itself, and you must be careful to differentiate between being wealthy and being rich, for it is more than just a matter of semantics. Ideally, being rich is simply having a high current income. It's someone driving a $100,000 car, who might be considered rich because they can afford the monthly payments, or someone who lives in an expensive mansion. These people often strive to flaunt their wealth just to prove a point. But the truth is, wealth remains hidden, elusive to the casual observer. It's safe to say that being wealthy is a long-term game. It's the income deliberately left unspent, saved, and invested for the future. Number 5. There is room for error. The idea of having room for error is crucial for long-term success. It's the gap between what you need to happen in the future and what you could happen that gives you endurance. This endurance is what makes compounding magic over time, allowing you to ride out the ups and downs of life and ultimately achieve your goals. But many people struggle to give themselves room for error, often because they believe someone must know what the future holds, or they fear missing out on opportunities by not fully exploiting an accurate view of the future. The reality is that uncertainty, randomness, and chance are inherent parts of life, and it's impossible to predict everything that will happen in the future. So to guard against the damage of unexpected events, you have to avoid single points of failure. For example, having a sole reliance on a paycheck to fund short-term spending needs without savings to create a gap between current expenses and future expenses is a significant single point of failure with money. In many areas of life, everything that can break will eventually break. If multiple things rely on one element working correctly, and that thing fails, catastrophe is imminent. The only way to deal with this is by accepting the presence of unknowns and having contingency plans in place. To thrive financially, you need to cultivate a barbell personality, a blend of optimism about the future and a healthy dose of paranoia regarding potential obstacles that could impede your progress. This balanced mindset enables you to navigate the uncertainties of the financial world with ease. Number 6. Be careful who you admire and who you look down upon. In a world that glorifies the billionaires club, it's easy to feel like you have to be like Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, or Elon Musk to be financially successful. But the truth is, you don't have to be a billionaire to be financially savvy. It's more realistic to strive towards a closer goal than one that is far out. You can learn from your local banker or your budget-friendly neighbour. The problem with articles that showcase successful people like Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos is that they oversimplify the complex factors that contributed to their success. The books they read or the investments they made are just one small piece of a bigger puzzle. Behind every successful person, there is a story of hard work, disappointments, connections, discipline, and luck that is often overlooked. It's not just about the end result, but also the path that led there. Focus on the process instead of the outcome, and you'll learn valuable lessons from those who have achieved financial success at different levels. You can celebrate their achievements and admire their hard work without feeling like you have to replicate their exact path to achieve financial success. Number 7. It's easy to get wealthy, but hard to stay wealthy. If we had to distill the essence of financial success into a single word, it would be survival. The journey toward wealth involves taking risks, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there. Whether it's in investing, your career, or owning a business, a survival mentality should form the cornerstone of your strategy. However, once you've accumulated wealth, the game changes. Keeping that wealth requires the opposite of risk-taking. It calls for humility, a fear that what you've earned can quickly be taken away. It necessitates frugality and an acceptance that past victories cannot be relied upon indefinitely. The ability to endure, to stick around for the long term without being wiped out or forced to give up, is what truly makes a difference. More than seeking big returns, the desire to be financially unbreakable should take precedence. Learn to cultivate resilience and enhance your ability to weather storms and persist long enough for the magic of compounding to do its wonders. While planning is essential, remember that the most critical aspect of any plan is to anticipate deviations from the plan itself. Many failed bets stem not from being entirely wrong, but from being mostly right in a situation that required precise alignment. Having a margin of safety is an underappreciated yet powerful force in finance. It encompasses a frugal budget, flexible thinking, and a loose timeline. Anything that allows you to navigate and find contentment within a range of outcomes. Number 8. Nothing in life is free. When it comes to money, there is always a price to pay, not only in real dollars, but also the intangible costs like time, effort, and emotions. Many people make the mistake of thinking that success should come easily and cheaply, but that's not always the case. For example, if you want to invest successfully, you must be willing to pay the price of volatility, fear, doubt, uncertainty, and regret. These are not easy emotions to deal with, but they are necessary for long-term success. You may also have to pay the price for making mistakes and losing money along the way, but this is all part of the learning process. Similarly, if you want to achieve financial freedom, you must be willing to pay the price of frugality, sacrifice, and delayed fulfillment. You may have to give up on some of the things you want now, so you can achieve the things you want in the future. This can be difficult, especially when everyone around you is spending money on the latest gadgets, clothes, and vacations. But the key to success is figuring out what the price is and be willing to pay it. This requires a certain level of self-awareness and discipline. You must be able to identify your priorities and values, and then make decisions accordingly. You may have to make sacrifices in some areas so you can invest in others. But if you're clear about what you want, it becomes easier to make those trade-offs. Remember, the lessons we've discussed have the potential to transform your relationship with money and ultimately improve your overall success. I encourage you to continue exploring and applying these lessons in your own life. Take the time to reflect on your financial journey, consider the narratives that shape your beliefs, and find ways to cultivate a healthier and more fulfilling relationship with money. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Consider sharing this video with someone who might benefit from it. Until next time guys, thanks for watching.